Is it over for the Golden State Warriors? How the Warriors can actually come back against the Sacramento Kings. As you all know, the Warriors ended up losing Game 2 against the Sacramento Kings, which puts them down 2-0 in the series. In today's video, we're going to be going through 5 key things that the Golden State Warriors need to do in order to beat the Sacramento Kings in Game 3 and eventually win this series. So make sure to like this video, and guys, 92% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, so it'd mean the world if you could subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below. The first is that the Golden State Warriors should have played their secret weapon, which is Jonathan Kaminga. Now, I don't know why, but Jonathan Kaminga only got 4 minutes in Game 2 against Sacramento, and it is honestly surprising to see that he did only get 4 minutes due to the fact that they needed a big since Draymond Green got ejected from the game and Kevon Looney was in serious foul trouble. I think Jonathan Kaminga could have provided a lot due to the fact that he's a lot like Andrew Wiggins. He's strong enough and athletic enough in order for him to play that power forward and center position, but still be quick enough if he needs to switch on to guards. Kevon Looney, although he is a great big, I think one of the biggest issues that he was struggling with was definitely rotating on defense. He was a little step too slow, and the Kings were able to take advantage of it and find the open man, which was usually Sabonis under the paint. That's one of the reasons why Sabonis was able to drop 24 points in this matchup, where he actually went 8 from 12 from the field. So he shot a very high percentage, but due to the fact that Sabonis did get such a high percentage, this was because he was just standing underneath the ring. When the guards would drive and Kevon Looney would help, they would just dish it off to Sabonis under the ring, where he would get the easy layup, and this happened time and time again. And that's one of the reasons why Kevon Looney did get into a foul trouble, and that's why I think Kaminga could have come in handy. His athleticism, his length, and also his strength in the post would be enough to stop someone like Sabonis, and I do think they need to give him an opportunity to actually showcase this instead of giving him only 4 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't disrespecting anyone like Kevon Looney or even Draymond Green, but I do think Kaminga could have done a fantastic job on someone like Sabonis. Yes, Sabonis may have been a little bit stronger than him and a little bit taller, but as you all know, Golden State Warriors, if they do run small ball on offense, Sabonis would have had to come out the paint, which opens up the floor for anyone else. Kaminga can shoot the 3-ball shot, and he has showed it time and time again, and I think that's why it would have been a great lineup to see Kaminga running that big man position, maybe run him at center, run Andrew Wiggins at power forward, and then the rest as small forward, point guard, and shooting guard. So I think that was really important to actually develop or actually get from this game. Although they did lose Game 2, I definitely do think the Warriors can still come back from this, but I do think they need to start using some of their key crucial players, such as Jonathan Kaminga, and even if you add someone that didn't get a lot of minutes that surprised a lot of people, was Jermichael Green. But I think Kaminga can definitely provide a lot, and the fact that he only did get 4 minutes didn't really get to showcase what he's capable of. He can guard someone like Sabonis or even Harrison Barnes, and his rotation on defense could definitely help this team, which is something that the Warriors definitely struggled with in this Game 2 against the Sacramento Kings. The second is that Stephen Curry needs to play more of a playmaking role. And I think this is something that is super important, but as you all know, if you did watch the Game 2 of Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors, you saw that Stephen Curry was pretty much getting double teamed, or they were helping out heavily when it came to Stephen Curry trying to score, whether it was on a drive or whether it was a pull-up 3. And because of this, it gave Stephen Curry a lot of opportunities to actually get assists off, rather than actually him getting a wild shot up, which happened quite a lot of times. Steph Curry went 9 from 21 from the field and 3 from 13 from the 3, which is a pretty poor performance, if I must say, for Stephen Curry. Now, he also did get 5 turnovers as well. You can definitely see that the Sacramento Kings do focus a lot on stopping Stephen Curry, because if they're able to stop him, then it stops everyone else. You definitely do see it that when Wiggins, maybe even sometimes Thompson, Looney, and Draymond Green from the starting 5, they're all just waiting for Curry to get open in order for them to make the pass in order for Curry to score. But now it is completely different, because Warriors are trying to do everything to find him, while the Kings are doing everything to stop Stephen Curry from even touching the ball. So I think it's super important, because Mike Brown was a former assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors. He knows all the plays, he knows what their mindset towards scoring is, and that's one of the reasons why they need to start looking at other players such as Wiggins and Klay Thompson to provide a lot of the scoring. Now, it may come in different ways, because I do think Wiggins and Klay Klay Thompson both can shoot the three and also drive it in, but if all the attention is on Steph, it does leave a huge gap for Wiggins and Klay Thompson to actually score. If you look at the actual matchups, they ran some of the best defenders such as Mitchell and also Malik Monk to guard someone like Steph Curry. And then you had De'Aaron Fox guarding Andrew Wiggins. Yes, guys, you heard that right. De'Aaron Fox guarding Andrew Wiggins. Like, Fox is a great player, but he is not stopping Andrew Wiggins to the paint, who is a 6'7", 6'8" small forward that has the strength of a bull. And I'm telling you right now, Andrew Wiggins, even though he did have a great performance dropping 22 points, I definitely think he even could have went harder and drove in a lot more. If they even did run a 5-out sort of position where they had Kevon Looney out and maybe had another shooter out there like Gary Payton II and Draymond out of the 3 as well, then they could definitely even open up the inside more, which gives Wiggins a lot better opportunity. On top of this, you saw Klay Thompson get a lot of great looks, and that's one of the reasons why he had a great shooting performance. I think Steph Curry really will need to focus on making the right plays and making assists. He may not be able to get 20 plus points, 25 plus points in this series, but if it means that they get to win at the end of the game, I do think it is important for Steph Curry to focus on making those passes, because the Kings are literally doubling or playing heavily help defense every time Curry drives in, touches the ball, or even starts to make a shot. So I do think it is going to leave a huge gap for Wiggins and also Klay Thompson to score at will. And if they even have other scorers out there as well in that 5, I do think it would even be more better for them. The third is that Jordan Poole needs to start playing a lot better. Now, as you all know, Jordan Poole is a crucial part of this team, but I do think Jordan Poole needs to start stepping it up, because he has honestly been performing a little bit subpar, especially when it comes to scoring at the hole. If you look at Jordan Poole in the most recent game against Sacramento Kings, he actually only had 4 points in that matchup and also went 1 from 7 and 0 from 3 from the field. So he didn't do such a great job in the scoring factor, and he didn't really make up for it on the assist line as well, because he only had 1 assist, 1 steal, and also just 3 rebs. And I do think Jordan Poole is really required to provide a lot more for this team, especially due to the fact that with everything that is going on, with Steph Curry getting double teamed, Klay Thompson having a lot of attention, this is the time for Jordan Poole to actually shine. And this is something that he definitely needs to work on, and where he has now to step up due to the fact that he has been given a max contract. It's moments like these that really show that superstars can be made. And I think this is a great opportunity for Jordan Poole to show that. If we look at the first game, again, game 1 against Sacramento Kings, Jordan Poole did have 17 points, which was pretty good, but he did also only have 3 assists, and I do think we can definitely get more out of Poole, especially in the long run. If we go back to game 2, we saw that Jordan Poole was really trying to force a lot of shots on the inside. They had a lot of great defensive presence when it came to the Kings. Sabonis was doing a fantastic job defending the inside, and when it's moments like those, that is the time Jordan Poole needs to get crafty, maybe shoot a couple of mid-range jumpers, or even hit the 3 ball a little bit more. He did only take 3 attempts, and he did go 0 from 3, so I do think he could definitely shot a lot more, because the inside game was just not working with Sabonis in there, and I do think this is something Jordan Poole needs to adjust by. But he did get quite a lot of minutes, 16 minutes, but one of the reasons why I do think he was getting restricted when it came to the bench in minutes, because we saw Gary Payton II actually get 27, was due to the fact that his defense is a little bit subpar, and especially out there against Sacramento Kings, where all of them can definitely score, they need a lot of defenders out there. That's why we saw Gary Payton II get a lot of minutes, and that's why I do think Jordan Poole needs to definitely focus on, especially coming into game 3. Now, it is a home court advantage. They are heading back to Golden State home court, but I do think Jordan Poole still needs to step it up. He needs to be able to provide at least 10, 15, 20 points in the next game if they need them to win. There will be times where Curry's a little bit off. Wiggins may be only able to give you 15 or 20, and Klay Thompson can only give you 20. And in moments like those, that is the time Jordan Poole needs to step up and live up to the max contract that he signed. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think he is a bad player. I think he's just having a bit of a struggle when it comes to adapting to this Sacramento team, but I do think he can definitely come back from it and bounce back even harder. The fourth is that Golden State Warriors need to start using Gary Payton II more often. Now, I think it was great to see Gary Payton II get a lot more minutes in this matchup, but I do think he even deserves a bigger role and really start cementing him into this lineup, because Gary Payton II really did a fantastic job getting 13 points, shooting also 5 from 6 from the field, and also got 6 rebounds and 2 steals. But what he did out there on defense was honestly fantastic. Obviously, you know, they did still end up losing this matchup, but I do think he did a fantastic job overall, and I do think he does deserve a spot sometimes in the starting lineup if it is necessary. But I do think if they are going to run small ball, Gary Payton II should definitely be into that starting five, because Gary Payton II has done a lot of things defensively that other players can't really do. Gary Payton also really does understand the system that they have built with the Warriors and the defensive rotations. And I think that's something GP2 does very well, and something they can really work on when it comes to game 3 against the Sacramento Kings. He definitely doesn't really need to score as much, but it's great to see that when he is given the opportunity to score, he can still knock it down. He went 2 from 3 from the 3-point line, which was fantastic. Very high shooting percentage as well. But on top of all this, I do think that when he is given the opportunity to score, he is able to score, which causes a lot of problems for Sacramento in the future. The fifth is that Draymond Green needs to look to score a lot more. Now, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but Draymond Green needs to start scoring more for this team. And the reason why is that Sacramento Kings understand Draymond Green's game and also the game that the Warriors are playing. And because of that, Draymond Green is always looking to pass, and Sacramento Kings are able to deflect that. It has caused a lot of problems, and if you saw some of the plays where Draymond Green missed his shots, you would see that his intention was to pass, and then last minute he decided to just shoot a shot up because he couldn't find anyone, because Sacramento Kings cut off all the passing lanes. So that's something that has definitely happened time and time again, because they know Draymond is just looking for the open man. However, if Draymond's intention is to go to the hole, get a floater in, or something of that nature, I do think it will be very, very good for the Golden State Warriors and cause a lot of problems for Sacramento to defend that. If he comes out as a scorer and all 5 players are looking to score, it is hard for any other team to stop them, and that's what makes Sacramento Kings been able to win all these games. Sacramento, all 5 players are able to score, and because of that, the Golden State Warriors can't really let their eye off anyone. If we look at the Warriors, they have Kevon Looney and they have Draymond Green, who both don't usually score, and because of that, you definitely see the way Kings play defense, they just focus on others like Steph, Clay, and also Wiggins, especially in that starting 5.